Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, leaving a comment and a like are appreciated as they help with the algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. You might have noticed, you might have seen, maybe you heard out on the street, the cryptocurrency market is in green and a lot of people are quite optimistic as to where prices can go. There's a lot of news today as to a specific amount of coins and where they are potentially going to be going in the very near future. Analytics firm Santiment is highlighting possible entry points for half a dozen altcoins amid a general downtrend, which has given the crypto market an unextended pullback throughout January. In its weekly Insights newsletter, Santiment says that while most crypto investors are feeling pain, opportunities exist for those with patience and some handy cash. The data firm says that the market value to realized value metric, which reveals the average profit to loss for coins in circulation, is helpful when hunting for crypto bargains. They said MVRV is a great metric to gauge how deep traders are into pain or into euphoria zones. The first coin that they believe at the moment is undervalued and potentially on the cusp of having a bounce is XRP. They said the polarizing project is at its most negative average MVRV level since late June. It was last in positive territory in mid-December, making it a solid candidate to have a price upswing to bring traders some relief. Coin number 2 that they say, which is also a very popular coin right now, is Uniswap. They said an uptick in the general crypto markets may go very well for a mostly respected altcoin such as Uniswap. The third coin is The Graph. Fourth one is Compound. And the fifth one is Loopring. Oh gosh, there's also a sixth one. And the sixth one is Aave. There's a lot of news floating around out there, as we've spoken about before. Typically, if Bitcoin does move up in price, altcoins tend to also completely rush past it profit percentage-wise and do extremely well for themselves, as we are currently, at the moment, getting news that Bitcoin could be looking like it's going past $40,000 and therefore to $47,000, which we also spoke about before. That kind of an increase would cause a lot of these coins, many different altcoins, to explode in value, which would be quite nice. Not only a relief, but also very nice for the portfolios of a lot of people out there. Also, tying directly into this, unsurprising news. It says investors appear to be accumulating ADA at a discount. On-chain data shows that buying pressure is at an all-time high, while Cardano has built a stiff support level that could prevent further losses. Cardano appears to be gathering upward pressure for a breakout. ADA has suffered a steep downturn since it reached a new all-time high of $3.16 on the 2nd of September of last year. The amount of building and usage of Cardano has exploded since we were talking about it, I think, around October. I think they had 1 or 2 upgrades last year. We just had confirmation of their second decentralized exchange. I believe there's an NFT platform that is also going to be built on top of it. I have speculated as well that there's going to be some type of not a coin burn, but a coin locking up wrapped kind of mechanism to make sure that the amount of Cardano floating around out there actually goes down lower and lower as time goes on. So, yeah, we are currently at the point where it looks like many altcoins are getting ready to pop, move up a lot higher, especially as the optimism has once again flown back into cryptocurrency market in February. And yeah, let's move on. All right, this is happening a little bit too often for me to actually believe that this is currently taking place. It says Hopium is back on the menu for solo Bitcoin miners. A circa $240,000 reward, or 6.25 Bitcoin, was generated by yet another solo miner this morning. So what happens is, once again, Bitcoin mining, all the machines, gigantic warehouse, yada, yada, yada. A lot of people have been buying these machines and using them at home by themselves. What ends up happening is the mathematical odds of someone with their own little tiny machine actually getting one of these rewards as as you solve the equation and the Bitcoin is paid out is incredibly low. Someone who has 35,000 machines has a much better chance than you who has one machine at home. Math makes sense. For some reason, people who have small mining rigs are actually getting these rewards, and it's a little weird, and I don't know exactly how to explain it. I think we had news for the other time. Like, I think the odds of one of them was like 1 in 1.6 million or something like that. But it keeps happening. This has also happened very recently as well on the Ethereum blockchain, where everyday average normal people, have been able to get these rewards. And, it's not too bad if you are a solo mining equipment person and you happen to look at your screen and you just happen to make $250,000 because your computer solved an equation. This news keeps popping up. I think it's a little weird. For those of you who've never seen what the actual, it's kind of cut off also by the screen, geez Louise, what the actual Bitcoin mining difficulty looks like, this is it. It's incredibly difficult to actually even think of trying to mine a Bitcoin. I'm not sure if you can see the part where we dipped because of all the China activity last year, but we are well above where we previously ever have been before. So the fact that now, even with its incredible extra difficulty happening, all these people keep getting these rewards seems a little weird, but congratulations to them. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Also in the news today, this is very similar to 2019. It says, today marks the annual Bitcoin for Corporations event, which will explore the various benefits of deploying Bitcoin for various corporate initiatives, strategic planning, and enterprise treasuries. This annual event is sponsored by Bitcoin maximalist and CEO of MicroStrategy. His name is Michael Saylor. Saylor has been one of the most ardent supporters of the first crypto, and his company has the largest stake in Bitcoin than any other commercial organization on the planet. I'm not sure if it was this exact event, but I'm pretty sure it was relatively close to it, where Jack Dorsey and Michael Saylor went to this event. This was in 2019, and they had a lengthy discussion around June. I'm thinking of June for some reason, where they were only speaking to corporations. I think the idea was that anyone could join the meeting, but it was mainly for mega corporations who had thought about getting into the cryptocurrency space. And Michael Saylor told everyone that it was quite significant because they had sold out of all the tickets, so they had to have like an online version of it as well. And they were also selling tons of tickets for that as well. This was the beginning of tons of institutions like actively getting into the cryptocurrency space, and we saw a major uptick in prices as the weeks were following. As we had news, I believe that around 300 companies had kind of given up the thumbs up and into saying that they were going to be buying Bitcoin. So we can only assume that they were actually buying Bitcoin, and that was thus the reason for the actual rise in price. And basically the rest of the article is talking about how rich MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor are. For those of you who are unaware, they own, I think, the most Bitcoin on the entire planet, like of any actual entity. Michael Saylor, we can only assume, is constantly buying more Bitcoin all the time because he's said to us before, I'm going to keep buying Bitcoin all the time. But yeah, I think the next couple of weeks are going to be not only fascinating for, of course, the cryptocurrency market, but it's more of a if prices do continue to move up and people remain optimistic about the market, and we get some really good news at the end of this Bitcoin Corporations conference, because Michael Saylor is always giving out the extra news. I think this could easily translate into a lot of like healthy movements for the market upward. Yeah, it's starting today. I assume it's more than a day long. I assume maybe 2-day event. So probably by Friday, we should have some indication from Michael Saylor as to exactly how big this was. Yeah. Let's move on. Next up in, sure, why not news, Thailand has decided to suspend the implementation of its 15% cryptocurrency capital gains tax for now. The proposal, which was presented earlier this year, triggered a lot of opposition, but it appears that some sort of crypto tax will still be implemented. Thailand will reportedly not proceed with a 15% cryptocurrency tax plan, after traders in the nation expressed strong opposition, according to the Financial Times. On income taxes, tax officials said that the earned profits from crypto trading or mining are taxable as capital gains. The Thai Revenue Department has intended to tighten oversight of the cryptocurrency trading after seeing a substantial increase in size and the value of the market in 2021. It's almost never has to do with actual oversight. It's always taxation. This is always the thing that they actually care about when they see the size and the value and the growth of the market. This is usually when they kind of perk up and say, there's someone who made $14 million last year. We should have half of that. That's usually what it always actually ends up coming down to. I wonder exactly, I'm not in Thailand. I would love to see exactly how large the backlash was and what the backtrack was for the proposed 15%. Like, does that mean they'll make it 14%? Are they going to make it 12? Will they make it 10%? Will it be 5%? Will it simply be, 0% if you're holding your crypto for more than 3 years? I wonder exactly what it's going to be, because that could position them in a very healthy spot to have tons of people actually go to their country, not only to travel, but to also live. If you have a 5% tax or 0% tax on cryptocurrencies within the country, like I mentioned before, all the money that typically is saved by people from taxes, they tend to normally, I don't know everybody's bank account, put it into other investment ventures, of course, which can help to build up the country as well. If you've ever looked at countries that have a 0% taxation rate, you see that the VAT, value added tax, or like extra tax on something as you're buying other items, is usually quite high. That money is then used to build the rest of those. Anyway, Thailand is, let's see exactly how that goes. I'm quite surprised because normally countries do not backtrack on anything regardless of actual backlash. So that's going to be interesting in the next couple of days. And let's move on. And an actual confirmation, because it was speculation before, about 5 days ago, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has officially announced the closure of its digital currency project known as Diem, after years of efforts of trying to launch it. Announcing the news on Monday, Diem CEO Stuart Levy confirmed that Meta is selling intellectual property and other assets related to Diem stablecoin to its Silvergate Capital Corporation. The Diem Association and its subsidiaries will start winding down operations over the coming weeks. The association, however, is still confident that Diem's ideas will continue to thrive even after Meta officially terminated its involvement in the project. So the news we had a couple of days ago was that allegedly Facebook was done with their Libra project, which was then renamed into Diem. And apparently it's true. I'm a little annoyed that it's constantly Mark Zuckerberg stablecoin. Like, it's not like he's not sitting in the room all the time. Like, it's not even leave him alone. It's like actually say what's actually taking place. Like, it's Facebook's initiative. That's actually, you understand what I'm saying, right? It's not just me. Like all the time. It's like years ago, whenever there was a situation or something that happened with XRP. I mean, like literally, like the coin would go down by like 9% in price. And people would write, Brad Garlinghouse's Ripple's XRP went down today. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So as it stands right now, it's all of the assets are apparently being purchased by another company, I think for like $182 million. Apparently they're not letting it go and still plan on using it or implementing it in some sort of way. I don't know the connection, if there is any, between Silvergate Capital and actual Facebook, because if they end up launching, if they're buying the intellectual property and or the thing from Facebook, and at some point they end up launching it, Silvergate, and then it actually becomes a stable coin that Facebook ends up using, then they never really sold it at all. Wink. It was just kind of another way for them to be able to use it. Because I'm actually quite surprised. These mega corporations don't normally back down from anything. If they say they're going to do something, they usually end up doing it. It's just about money in some sort of way. So the fact that they're actually selling something, like the prospect of them becoming the largest bank on the planet, is a little shocking. I'm not going to lie. Here's the actual statement from Diem right here, the press release, if you will. Kind of fascinating indeed. Yeah. Right. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. People were asking me before on Twitter, and I couldn't remember myself the actual name of it. On the screen right now, it shows the actual pending transactions and transactions happening on the blockchain, and it shows people like getting into all these buses and shows you exactly how many transactions are currently taking place. That's a full bus. The name of the website is TX Street. That's the website. And I, once again, sorry for not responding to other people before who were asking what the name of the website was. I mentioned it weeks ago when I first started using this website, but I forgot to respond. I apologize. So the name of the website, once again, is TX Street. Yeah. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, Sunday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday day. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, I do hope it's absolutely incredible. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the clicks. Thanks for the watchings. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.